Two. We are back. The Open Task Podcast, Season 3. My man Joe Carlos.
What's up, brother? I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm wonderful, man. I'm abundantly blessed. Life is good. Life is good. I got my Cast jersey on. You know what I mean?
You do. It looks great. You look wonderful in it.
Thank you. I feel wonderful.
How do you feel about the City Edition? How do you feel about the City Edition jerseys this year?
I haven't.
You haven't paid attention? You haven't really?
I haven't.
They lean. I want you to check them out.
Okay.
And I will.
I'll do it now.
I want you to check them out. So personally, I'm Uniwatch is very important to me, as you well know.
Yes.
I don't know why it is, but it is very important to me. And there are some teams in the zeitgeist that I think need a makeover. I think the Philadelphia Eagles. I think we've given it a good run. I think it's been 17 years with this this version of the Eagles. I think it's time for a refresh. But I love that the NBA has realized that we will continue to buy jerseys no matter what you do to them, and or how esoteric they get. And so, thank you. And so the City Edition jerseys are now out. So for Dallas. I think Dallas has consistently missed the mark.
Let's see Dallas.
On the overall uniform. Last year was a 40th.
I like this.
I don't think the Dallas is too small.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
It looks a little like
it's truncated.
It looks a little small.
Yeah.
But
Dallas is a big city. Everything about Dallas is big.
Hello. But the shorts are the stuff of legends.
Yes.
And in the middle of the shorts, like right there where it should be like a seal,
it's
the skyline.
Oh.
On one side is the Big M logo. On the other side is the horse head. I mean, it's awesome.
The Big M with the chaparral hat.
Yeah, the chaparral. and the rest of there you go. And the rest of the gear though that comes with that on Nike.com, it's awesome. Like the t-shirt. So
it says MFF. What does MFFL stand for?
Mavs fan for life.
Yes,
yes, Mavs fan for life. So MFFL. Yeah. But they have a shirt. Like if you want an NBA championship, they have this NBA championship shirt that for some teams it's 16, 50, whatever it is. For us, we got 1 and 11, and so it's this very cool shirt with a little logo, the old school logo here, a little saying, and on the back it's amazing. I cannot wait. So the 15th, all this stuff drops. The Maverick stuff drops on the 15th. So I'm looking forward to that. But
have you seen this heat travesty here? What?
I kind of like it, and I'm gonna tell you why.
It looks like a ransom note.
It does. I think Miami consistently stays ahead of the curve. I think they figure out the true essence or the ethos of where they are. Okay. Now, each one of those letters is a literal letter from a landmark in Miami.
Huh. Okay.
I
always forget that your beautiful wife, you have that Miami connection.
I do. So they had the pink and blue, like they basically had an homage to Vice City. Okay. Like those uniforms are basically an homage to Vice City. Okay. That pink and blue. Okay. A couple years ago. I think some teams like the Spurs just quit. Like they're just like, we're good. Or the rehashes. I think the Nets did a rehash.
Yeah, and the Suns did. I mean, this is 2 years.
Yeah, it's like 2 years in a row. Like you weren't inspired. I don't know. Last year the city never sleeps. I didn't know who the Knicks were. When they wore those jerseys, like what team is this? Yeah. I think it was supposed to be like a manhole cover. That's all. Like they're the mold men. In the manhole.
Yes.
But
Sacramento.
I like the Sacramento ones. I like the Sacramento ones. I do. I think Houston. I mean, I love Chicago's. Shout out to Reese. I love Chicago's.
Shout out to Reese. Hey man, we're gonna get to that. Shout out to Reese.
I love Chicago's jersey.
Superstar Reese.
Superstar Reese.
But I think I like the script. I like the script.
You can't lose. You can't lose. I think Houston just mailed it in.
Yeah.
And went back to a time like they needed a refresh after the 2 years, after the 2 championships. And then they went back to the teams that were supposed to be built to win the championships that never did.
Yeah.
And it's like, Is that what you want to conjure? Is that the memory you want to conjure up? I don't know. But
well, I like the Charlotte too. I like the Charlotte with the.
I like Charlotte.
Yeah, and
the one
right.
Yeah, exactly. The one I don't like. I don't like the Lakers. It looks like you were trying to be Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like let the purple and baby blue. I understand what they were doing.
Yeah.
But let the purple and baby blue stay in Charlotte. Like they own that.
Yeah.
You know, the teal, the purple and teal, that's theirs. So don't leave it alone.
Yeah.
Isn't it so good that they got rid of Bobcats? Isn't it just like awesome?
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awome, man.
But I'm almost positive it's going to come back.
If only New Orleans could get Jazz back, that's my one wish for the NBA.
It's the greatest name.
No other name fits a city as much as that.
Even though there's no lakes in Los Angeles.
No lakes in Los Angeles.
There's a tar pit, but there's no lakes. The LA Lakers does make sense. It made sense in Minneapolis, and it still makes sense in Los Angeles. All right, that was my spiel. I hate the Hawks city edition. Yeah. I think they tried to throw all the bad logos. Well, they weren't bad logos. All the logos together. Yeah. And like, this is us. We couldn't figure out anything, so we just gonna take them all and from a time period and throw it all together. Like I liked the Hawk that grabbed the ball, talents that grabbed the ball, but threw that with an ATL and something else. Like, what are you doing?
And then this abhorrent yellow. What is this?
I want to get your. It's like a mustardy. I don't know what's going on.
Liverpool is doing the same thing this year with their third jersey, and it really irks me because like I can't buy it. I'm not buying it. I'm not.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to be out. And as much as I love Big Bird and anybody that Ted Cruz hates, I love. So as much as I love that, I'm not doing the yellow, man.
Yeah, you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to. It's okay.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
Hey, so couple quick things, man. And I know you'll agree with me because for some years you lived with some brothers. And
I did.
The 100th anniversary of their chapter.
Oh yes, of course. Oh yes, of course. 100th anniversary.
So, shout out to the Side Chapter Qs. 100 years.
Yes. Congratulations, November 11th, 1921.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then November 11th, 2021, 100 years or something at Morehouse College. That's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
So you know, this past spring was 100 years of the Grand Pi chapter. Now we have 100 years of Bloody Psi. I know they are celebrating throughout the country and the world collectively tonight. Tonight. So tonight. So congratulations on 100, boys.
Yeah.
And all that comes with.
Indeed.
All that comes with.
The other thing I have to say, and then we'll jump into the phenomenon that is Insecure in just a second. But the other thing that I have to say is, you know, we don't do a whole lot of shout outs to a whole lot of other podcasts, but I definitely want to give a shout out to the Bakari Sellers podcast, which is executive produced by Jared Loholt.
It is.
And the awesome episode with Dr. Thomas Oden.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to listen to that?
I have not, but I heard a lot about it. And T.O. is a good friend of mine. And I'm proud to say my classmate. And actually, we're going to have him on for what we call Illuminated by Morehouse on a mental health. He's going to be our headliner actually for our mental health episode that we're going to do here in the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited about that. And
awesome.
But I look for I'm going to listen to Thomas. I'm going to listen to that in the next 36 hours. Awesome. So that's my main man right there.
Man. Yeah.
A deep and introspective brother. When he's like, "How you doing?" He's going to give you an answer.
But you know, the funny thing about that is that they actually have a whole talk about like how you doing and like.
I didn't even know. That's Thomas though.
Bakari says, you know, he don't even answer that for a lot of people nowadays because they don't really care. You know what I mean? It's just.
But Thomas is like really listening.
But yeah, exactly.
Just like you, when you see somebody, it's not like you can't turn it off.
Yeah.
You can't turn it. When I'm at an event and somebody's taking pictures horribly, and I walk up and put some light on it, you know, not nearly as important as health.
No, it is. Hey, man.
No, but I'm saying you can't turn it off.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so Joseph, we have two different perspectives. You're married with a child.
I am proudly
unmarried without a child.
Praise God.
Both of us, I want to feel like we're triggered by this episode of Insecure.
Maybe I wasn't. I wasn't. I don't know. I don't know why everybody's like. I'm. So what is the issue? Tell me the issue, then I'll respond. Okay.
All right. So
counterpoint here. All right. I want to hear this.
So I mean, I actually kind of like. All right. Let me say at the outset, both of them are at fault. And I actually have been leaning a little bit more towards Lawrence carrying a little bit more burden than a lot of other people have been giving him in that. Mm-hmm. So this whole situation is problematic. This is this child.
Movie of the week.
Yeah, movie of the week. I love it. Circling back. Yes. But yeah, man, the whole situation is problematic. And so I had initially forgotten during season 4, whenever this thing happened, that she said, you can have as little or as much involvement as you want to, yada, yada, yada. And so when the time comes, Lawrence is going about his business. You see him in his dream scenario, and then he gets this call. He's like, I gotta go. You know what I mean? And the water is broken, and she's delivering. And I'm like, goodness gracious, man. Even the most degenerate of dudes that I know have that one picture where they have shown up at the baby shower in a Versace shirt with the baby mama's mama. You know what I mean? You mean to tell me the first time Lawrence meets the mom is at the baby shower, or at the baby's liver, rather? That's the first time he it's just, and then I don't I think Lawrence was trying, but bro, you got paternity leave, man. Leave San Francisco and be there. Either be there or don't is my thing on it.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel?
I don't disagree with that at all. And I'm trying to see who was where's the triggering? What is
the triggering is the towards as the tension builds towards the end of the episode. The arguments, the whole give me my baby back, I'm gonna get my baby, there's implications of courts are gonna be involved, because courts are probably gonna be involved. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just I think, I know a few people in co-parenting situations. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like this kind of, it's not letter accurate, but it's super accurate in terms of a lot of the nuance that occurs in these kind of relationships and dealing with this kind of thing.
Right. Okay. I understand what you're saying now. I watched it in preparation for this. We talked about it earlier today. So yeah. I finished it at some point this evening, and I guess it's actually, so the birthday party, Simone's birthday party, it was not, the tug of war there was not at all what you, obviously it's totally, it's not ideal. There's tension at birthday parties.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When it's your kid.
Right. Right.
Party. When it's your kid's party.
Yes.
There's always something wrong. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. It's always something.
Right.
But there seemed to be chill, because it's a TV show, by the way. There seemed to be chill. Fortunately, Lawrence had a friend. I can't think of the brother's name. His friend, let's go take a walk.
Yeah.
Let me get you out of this.
Exactly.
Let me get you out of this.
Exactly.
And he gave. See, so everybody's like, we're in abundance, like all that subterfuge, whatever.
Yeah.
The moral, to me, the takeaway from that whole thing was, don't no matter what, be there for your son.
Yeah.
Be there for Elijah, and don't let any of this stuff,
Elijah Mustafa,
affect Elijah Mustafa, and show him love, and show him an environment of love, like always. And so I thought that advice was perfect. But every time they fought, Elijah's in the middle of it, and like they don't fight when Elijah's awake and asleep. In another room. They fight when Elijah is literally between them, one person's arms or another person's arms. Right. So I think that was, and I think that's real for some people, a reality for some people too. Yeah. So I could see definitely where it's triggering, particularly when it comes to the inference about the courts. And he looks at the moon like it's all good, and then he's about to die, and he's thinking about his son and what he just said.
Yeah, sure.
And Condola, again, there's no winning here.
Nah, ain't no winners when the family feuds.
There's none. And he realized he went too far. She realized she probably said she probably didn't say some things she meant to say.
Sure.
I put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like there's some things she meant to say that she just didn't say.
Sure.
And I think it kind of all like bubbled up.
Sure.
At an interesting time. And so it's kind of, I don't know. It's a little different.
Gotcha.
It's just a little different. I don't know, man. But I still would say I agree with you. But I think they needed to communicate. Just like you said, y'all got to communicate. He was right. Yeah. They got to communicate. But the threats in front of your son.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
It is. Because you don't even live there.
Yeah.
And I mean, we know that in therapy or any other way, we know that you're not supposed to speak. You're not supposed to use something that that somebody can't defend against them.
Yeah, that's not playing fair.
You're not here. Like, okay, well, I'm not here. I'm working my job in San Francisco. Yes, I'm tired. No, am I as tired as you? Never. I'll never be as tired as you.
Right.
But I am tired.
Right.
Do I love him? Of course I love him. I'll never love him as much as you because you love him more than anybody.
Yeah.
But I do love him.
Yeah.
You're not you can't win, child, and you can't get out of the game.
Yeah.
So you might as well play by the rules, even when they change.
Yeah.
On the fly.
Very good.
But you don't threaten your baby mama. I know that.
Two Michael Jackson references amongst us today. I love it. I shan't not reveal the other.
Yeah. Anyway, please don't.
All right. All right, guys. All right. So, you have anything that you want to talk about before we jump into tonight's movie?
No, I'm good. I don't understand how Kyle Rittenhouse leaves his home, comes to another town, comes to Kenosha. No one asked him to be there. Armed, deputizes himself, kills 2 people, wounds a 3rd, and could get off. I don't understand that. So I'm at a loss on that. I also don't understand how CD Lamb is being of the number 88 for the Dallas Cowboys is being fined exorbitant amounts of money.
Yeah. No, he's being picked on.
He is, but tuck your shirt in. Yeah. But exorbitant amounts of money for his socks being too low, or his jersey being out, and Aaron Rodgers who lied.
Yeah.
Who lied.
But he's the world's foremost scientist right now.
Berkeley, man. Who lied. He did go to Cal. I mean, he stayed at a Holiday Inn. He went to Cal.
Right.
I don't know if he graduated from Cal. I've never heard.
Shout out to my cousin Clint, also a Cal football alum. Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to all the Cal football alums, every one of them. Okay.
Get your boy.
Yeah. Please talk to your boy. But I mean, how do you sit there the whole time?
Yeah.
The team knew he didn't.
Unbelievable.
The Green Bay Packers knew he did not.
And especially
that's a lot of people that covered that up.
After the farce of this offseason too. Like, I mean,
did you want to come back or did you not want to come back? Yeah. When the hair grew, and he's trying to use double speak and all this kind of I've been immunized, and he's clearly lying.
Yeah. Just a lie.
I was waiting for them to back it up. Why didn't you just say it?
And invoke the name of our good brother.
Man, it is what it is.
That's in the playbook. That's
literally the playbook.
Yeah.
They love it. Yeah. So that's what I want to say. I want to say those things. I say those things. But back to the nature at hand.
Back to the lecture at hand.
Lecture. Thank you, because I said nature. Thank you.
From
a young G's perspective.
You get me all the time. You get me right all the
no,
time.
I was trying to get my lyric right in my head. Yeah.
You always get me right. I got.
And likewise.
Yeah, man.
And likewise.
Brother. All right. So tonight, man. This is one. I love how in certain other podcasts they be like, we got one for y'all and one for us. This is one for us, man. This is definitely one for us. This movie is one for us. And I warned my timeline on my social media feeds today. I was like, I might get canceled. You know what I mean? I don't have a cloud of Chappelle, so hey, look, cancel is for real for me. I might get canceled. I might, I don't know. I hope I don't lose my job. I doubt I lose my job for it. But tonight's movie, man, tonight's movie is incredibly funny. One of the all-time greatest, funniest people on the planet is the star.
True.
When Eddie Murphy, and it was released in 2007, right after, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. Tonight's movie is Norbit Albert Rice's saga and story. 2007, directed by the great Brian Robbins. If you were a child of our ilk, you watched certain things. You watched maybe Head of the Class, of which he was one of the stars, or you may have watched one of these. If you had younger cousins like I did who watched All That or any of these other shows on Nickelodeon, he directed a lot of those Nickelodeon shows. Brian Robbins. I don't know I don't know if he was really allowed back into the fraternity after this film, but he did it. He made it.
He used to date what's her name? Holly Robinson.
Yes, he did.
And on the show though, he dated Robin Givens.
Yes, he did.
It's kind of interesting how they
added
both those in there.
Young Eric.
Eric.
He was kind of like the Fonz, but he was smart. He was the Fonz.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah,
he was cool nerd. Cool nerd.
Actually, I think his wife is black. I think he just all the way there. I mean, he went all the way.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he didn't date Holly Robinson. I thought he. Oh no, he did. Yes, I thought so. Because it was all over my. Right On magazine. It was all over Right On.
Right On. Hey, look, Right On.
And Ebony Jr. And the Jet. And the Jet.
Don't forget the Jet.
Jeff Bennett said, "I will never forget the Jet."
Base 43.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Happy Veterans Day.
I can't believe it. Happy Veterans Day to all who served.
Yes.
To all who served in the past and currently serve. Thank you so much for
all BS aside, for real.
Thank you. We're truly grateful.
I did a chunk of training at the VA hospital in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Some of the best people on the planet. Thank you for everything. Thank you. For sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
I just want to say that. So
thank you. No, thank you. See, Joe, you the classy one, man.
Whatever. You the crazy one. There you go.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. All these tabs that are open.
So open.
They will remain open. Open until I close.
Yeah.
All right. So 2007, Norbit. I didn't see Norbit in the theater, Joe.
Neither did I.
I, as a matter of fact, I was one of the many who was like, "Oh, Norbit! I'm never going to see Norbit." And my ex-wife Joy, one of her all-time favorite movies, and she said one day we were her family had a house in Florida, and we would go to this mall near Port St. Lucie, and they had a FYE.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
of course.
And so I was like, man, she loves this movie. Let me just go ahead and get this movie for her. So I got the movie and I was like, all right, we'll go home and watch it. And I'll never forget because it was during the playoff series, the Heat and OKC that year. OKC and the Heat were in the finals that particular year. Mm-hmm. And I went the game, which was probably a good decision because it was a really bad game. Watched Norbit with her. And loved it. And then I would start watching it without her. She's like, why are you watching it without me? Because I loved the movie. And that's my story for how I started watching this movie and how I've watched it probably 40, 50 times now. How about you, Joe? What's your story?
I watched it at JC Loves. I remember when during Dreamgirls came out in December of 2006 to great acclaim. Instantly, they were on the cover of Vanity Fair. The first time I think 3 Black people had been on the cover of Vanity Fair. It was Eddie and Beyonce, and I believe probably Jamie. Jamie, Eddie, and Beyonce were on the cover of Vanity Fair. And I remember the in the interviews, a couple things were going on. In the interviews, this is a time when Eddie was with Tracy Edmonds. And he was engaged to Tracy Edmonds. And I remember all the interviews and everything they were talking about, he was like, I love talking about Dreamgirls, but I really want to talk about this other film. I think it's the funniest film ever made, called Norbit. And he took the time during the Oscar junkets to talk about Norbit. I didn't go see it in the theater. I saw Dreamgirls in the theater. I thought he was outstanding in Dreamgirls. I thought he definitely deserved the acclaim that he received for the film. And so I didn't go see Norbit because the things we started hearing about Norbit was they weren't good. Like the things we started hearing about Norbit were they were bad. Norbit was like straight to, it was at Redbox pretty fast. By the early spring, and I'm fairly certain I watched it, before the summer of 2007. And so when I did watch it, I watched it at my friend JC Love's house, and JC screened it probably 30 to 40 times, and would be on the floor laughing uncontrollably in pain at how funny and just irreverent this film is still today. It's probably even worse, actually. It is worse today than it was in 2007. We had different lenses then. And as I mentioned to you before, he offends pretty much many groups of people, save 1 or 2. But he offends pretty much every recognized group of people that one could imagine. And I realized it then, and I was like, oh gosh, okay. So then later, when it was Oscar time, when they said he lost it because of Norbit, I had to see Norbit to understand what they meant, and I agree. I agree.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, and like I was telling you when I did my viewing, I just watched it again, by the way. Maybe
I'm sure you did
30 minutes ago.
I'm sure you did.
But when I was watching it,
you do now.
Before you got a girlfriend, Nesbit?
No. Well, you do now.
So when I was watching it, man, I was taking notes, as I want to do. And I was like taking notes on who was being offended at that particular moment, and I just stopped. I was like, and this is 10 minutes into the film. I had to stop, man. Ugly people, Black people, Chinese people, orphans.
Who offends? Like what? Orphans? Like,
and this before they even get to the prevailing theme of the movie, the fat phobia,
heavy set, yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
weight shaming
on both ends.
Yep.
Like, I mean, everybody gets it, man. Everybody gets it in this film, and it's not like a South Park. Everybody gets it. It's kind of. I mean, it's like, What's funny to me is there's a line that when Eddie Murphy in Yellowface as Wong says, Wong very racist. Wong hate Jews.
He some very intelligent people greenlit this.
Yeah.
And in the end, we're just trying to make money. I mean, I know you want to make art. You want to create art.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how important that is. But at the end of the day, we're trying to make money.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that throughout all this, despite whatever the talk is and all that kind of stuff,
mm-hmm.
I mean, the bottom line is they want to make, money. And
boy, did they.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're in the movie business with Eddie Murphy. He's just coming out. He's also made Dreamgirls. This should be good. This should make us money. And they did make money.
Yeah. It was number one. His 14th movie to open at number one in the box office.
Of course. And so that was the bottom line.
Yeah.
And they accomplished that goal. But what they had to do to get there, that's the catch. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just saying.
That was a long way to answer. We went a couple places with that. Quickly.
And I think it's important. I think it's important for us to acknowledge this is. Really, especially if you have thin skin, which a lot of us do.
Yeah, this ain't
your movie. This is not your movie. This is not your movie at all. You really have to be able to kind of relax, relate, and release. It's Dr. What was it? Doctor, what was the name on there? What was Debbie?
I can't remember. I can't remember. Man.
Anyway, I'm gonna get killed by my sisters because they come on, Calvin, you know this. Anyway, relax, relate, and release. And
we know that. I just can't remember. Her name. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all good. You have to be able to let go and suspend disbelief and watch this movie and allow yourself
Dr. Langhorne.
Thank you. To laugh. If you can laugh, and some folks are gonna just be like, some things you can't laugh at. And that's fine. Eddie won 3 different Golden Raspberry Awards. He won for Worst Actor, Worst Supporting Actor, and Worst Supporting Actress for his roles as Norbit, Mr. Wong, and Rasputia. And people skewer the movie, but it's a funny movie, and there's a reason why we're doing this. This is a funny movie, Joe. It's funny. It's funny as hell. It is. I'm sorry. It's funny as hell.
It is a funny movie. Yeah, it's an offensive film though too.
Yes,
and so I can understand how someone can't get past the offense.
Sure.
In fact, I'm on the fence on it.
Sure.
I'm on the fence.
Sure.
I'm on the fence on it. There was a time when I owned it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on the fence on it right now. So
sure.
In preparation for today, I don't know how I feel about it.
That's
and I love Eddie. I never saw Metro, and I didn't see any of the Dr. Doolittles.
Those were actually pretty good.
And I've never watched Vampire in Brooklyn.
It's pretty bad.
But I've pretty much been there for everything else for him.
Yeah. You got season tickets.
I do. Sometimes I sell them
away. Yeah.
Sometimes I give the seats away. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
In the vein of little things, what are the little things that stand out that make you kind of, that you appreciate or you like about the movie?
I loved the fact that everyone in the town got along in their own way. That there was diversity in the town. It was a small town where people loved each other, regardless of race, color, creed, sexual orientation, size, any of those things. And I love that. One of the little things I love too was that Norbit, even though he was Norbit and a different kind of person, that there were people who genuinely cared for him and loved him and saw him for who he was inside, and they weren't trying to necessarily use him. Another little thing I did love was Eddie always puts brothers on. He's gonna put people on.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he is a champion for other comics, other talents, other stars, and the enormity of his heart and his generosity is such that he's going to help you. He's going to help you in some way. So to put you on and help you out. So I really appreciated that about this film as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He, you look back at Michael Collier, who performed at our homecoming when homecoming.
Yeah, 98.
Yeah. Cat Williams, Eddie Griffin, all these people that he is supporting by having them in his film.
Marlon Wayans. I mean, was it? Wait.
It's Marlon
Wayans. Yeah, Marlon Wayans. Yeah. Who was there with no other Wayans?
Yeah.
Holding his own.
The ubiquitous Clifton Powell,
Of course. Why would we have him? I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a point, I think, when you become so isolated or insulated, I guess it's both, that you would think, oh, he's not really in touch with all this blackness.
But he really is.
But he's so intuitively soulful in that regard. And you have Clifton Powell in your film and Terry Crews.
Yeah.
At one point, brother. I mean, you don't get much more authentic than that with Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin. I mean, this is like the Parthenon of true blackness and arabesque films.
Yes, very much so.
What are the little things for you?
So little things for me are like the setting, and every time I watch this movie, because I live in the great state of Tennessee, I pay attention to the license plates. To the setting for this movie is Boiling Springs, Tennessee, which is a place that does not exist. But I want to
Greenbow, Alabama.
Right. But I want to try to put it somewhere in Tennessee because they obviously want you to know it's Tennessee, right? So the license plates say Roane County. Roane County is located right outside of Knoxville, the town of Harriman. Shout out to my classmate James, who was from Harriman, who let me stay at his house when I went to go take my board exam in Knoxville. So that's like right between Knoxville and Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and the Oak Ridge Laboratory, all that stuff.
Like the Oak Ridge Boys?
The Oak Ridge Boys, yes. So that's East Tennessee. All right. The setting is supposed to be like more West Tennessee, you can tell. It's supposed to be more like Memphis. And how I know it's supposed to be Memphis is because of the two brothers behind you, Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin. And all of the affectations and all the pimping and all this stuff, this very much reeks to me of like a Dyersburg, like I'm gonna get in trouble from my Memphis friends, for sure. Dia, don't kill me. But like this, it screams of Memphis. So it's just crazy how like the license plates and everything are East Tennessee. Allegedly, some of it was filmed in Nashville. But this is very clearly like West Tennessee, and Boiling Springs just sounds like one of those cities like Olive Branch, Mississippi, that's like right below Memphis. Because Memphis shares territory. Yeah, exactly. With Mississippi and with Arkansas, West Helena, Arkansas, these places like, they are all Memphis metro area. So this film reeks of Memphis metro area, even the barbecue and everything like that. Please don't trim that fat. She will kill me. All that, all that stuff, man. So, like the setting of it is fantastic. And the other little things, I'm glad you pointed out like Eddie putting everybody on. This is one of the movies where he even has Charlie, as the voice of the pug at one point in time. Charlie's in it. Everybody's in it. Everybody I can think of who meant something in the great Tandy Y Newton as Kate.
Yes.
She's in it. So those are the things for me, man. Those are my little things. Who are your unsung heroes or hero, Joe?
They're behind me. They're behind me. I think having, because if you don't have Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin in the film in these roles, it really becomes very, very quaint. In the town. But having them there adds, I don't know, it just adds an element of soul. And I told you earlier, I think they're like the chorus.
They are
of the they're the chorus of the film.
I agree.
Going back to the Greek in the Greek plays, I think they're really kind of our chorus. And to me, they just kind of keep the story going in little ways. And remind us just they show up and they drop 10, 15 points, and then they and then they go back and they sit on the bench.
Yeah.
And they're great locker room guys.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou. The great locker room guys. Leadership.
Yeah.
Bringing the young fella along.
Yeah.
But they were there for Norbit.
Yeah.
They were there for Norbit when it was time to get him ready.
Absolutely.
And who was he to deny them dressing him like them? He
said, not too flashy, fellas.
Yeah. I think also another one of my the unsung heroes is Eddie's wig.
Yes.
As Norbit.
The hard afro.
Yeah. His wig.
No, so Joe, this is kind of reminiscent of
actually it might not be a wig, but I think it is a wig, but go ahead.
It's kind of reminiscent of an early role in a film that I think that we saw together in our college careers. Bowfinger. Did we see Bowfinger together?
I don't think we did, but I was going to ask you, what's better?
Oh, Bowfinger's better. Bowfinger's a legit like great movie.
Bowfinger was the first time. I'm trying not to like count Metro.
Sure.
And best defense. And best defense.
I'm okay with both of those decisions.
Okay, thank you. But he just went off course.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're not Eddie Murphy in this?
Yeah.
But if you stop and think, he's the most Eddie Murphy ever because he's acting as two people.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's acting as the brother and Kit.
Yes.
In the film. with truly one of the greatest comedic minds who's ever lived.
Yeah.
So having the two of the greatest comedic minds who ever lived to get, well, his is more improvisation, but having the two of them together.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic.
And really, Steve Martin, he wasn't at Steve Martin at the highest thing there, but it's still Steve Martin. Yeah. And having them together, I mean, that was just landmark stuff. So I was curious. I was like, the departure was the word I was looking for. So when this is more of a departure, he's kind of dressed up, but it's not like the clumps. Because if you think about it, because I think Bowfinger's 99. Yeah. So whatever the first one, whatever the first, I'm trying to call it Dr. Doolittle, but I know I'm wrong.
Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor.
96.
Yeah, 96. Oh yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. Okay. 96. I started more. I was 96. Nutty Professor's 25. 96, and then Nutty Professor 2 was 2000.
Yeah.
And I know it's 2000 because I was downloading music, and that Janet song
doesn't really matter.
She breaks it down.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what they say.
Hey. Yeah. That's Nina and Shay. Joe singing again, Nina and Shay.
Summer 2000. Summer 2000.
Can I live winning summer?
Can I live winning summer? Can I live winning summer? Can I live winning summer? Brought to you by V103. Okay. And Magic hot 97.9.
Yeah.
Now it's hot 107.9. How 90 hot 97.9. So those are my unsung heroes. Sorry.
Okay.
Who are your unsung heroes?
Mine is my man, Mr. Buster Perkin. People put the S on a lot of stuff. Black folks love to put an S on it. It's Buster Perkin. My man, Buster Move Perkin, aka Marlon Wayans. This is the funniest Marlon Wayans. Howard Tap. There's so many great moments, Joe. There's the moment when he corrects when he's buck naked, and Norbit's asking him. He's like, "You're my wife's dance tap instructor." He's like, "Instructor." It's power tap. He's like, "But you have an erection." He's like, "It gets me so excited just to talk about." Buster Perkin, man, when he's doing his dances and he's like, "They're locking me up," all the little dances, everything that he does in this movie is just hilarious. He's the inciting event for Norbit to set out on his own.
Yeah, yes.
Is him being cuckolded, as it were, by Buster Move Perkin, the lecherous dance instructor. Joe, there's a clip on the internet of I think we talked about this before, actually, because I think after the show we made either our guest or you or somebody look it up, from John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis. there's a GIF on the internet of them dancing in exercise gear and doing all these pelvic thrusts and everything.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
And it's so obvious that Marlon Wayans, like his influence.
Yeah, he was heavily influenced by the movie Perfect.
Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Perfect film. Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. But yes, man. And then he also kind of hips Rasputia to the fact that that Norbit is on to something. He's like, something ain't right with that, brother. And she's like, yeah, you're right. And she figures out that he's doing something else. But
he's like, who gonna be there? Miss Thing gonna be there? Who? Miss Ling Ling? And she goes,
you know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. He's like, no, a ting, 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 ting.
Oh man. All right, Joe. That actually reminds me of another little thing. I'm sorry to digress so much, but I have to. I'd be remiss if I didn't.
Go ahead.
So when Norbit is being punished by Rasputia, he has this thing where he's in the basement and he's like, bah. Yeah, he's trying to say the word bitch, but he's like,
yes,
because he's so repressed and everything like that.
Yes.
And like again, my ex-wife loves this movie, so she like that was one of her favorite parts. And like as things kind of unfolded with us, I would then sometimes be like, I would compare, and this woman, Joy is a wonderful person. We no ill will at this point in my life. But
beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Very opposite of Rasputia in terms of physical appearance. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But her at the times we were going through our things, I would very often refer to her as Rasputia because I'd be like, man, you
boy,
beautiful, but you acting like Rasputia, and of course that did not get the desired result.
No, I don't. Maybe so.
But at any rate, but I, whenever I would be like, maybe sleeping on the couch or whatever I had to be doing at the particular time, I would do that thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So this film helped you in that regard as well.
It did help me in that regard. It was therapeutic. But yeah, so but back to my man Buster Perkin, man. Like
please, Perkin.
Buster Perkin.
Yes. Like you said, yeah, I'm Buster Perkin. I think that's a joke too. Like not having the S, I think is a joke.
Yeah, it has to be. And you have to know that, like, just like another one of my huge pet peeves, my man, my feelings are hurt by this actually. Eddie King Jr. from 5 Heartbeats. They had a reunion photo that was going around on the internet. Have you seen that?
No.
There's a reunion photo of the 5 Heartbeats, and my goodness, man,
he's not doing well.
No, man, Michael. What's his real name? Michael. Gosh, I'm struggling today, man. But
what are you talking about?
Yeah, Eddie, the actor who plays Eddie King Jr. was also.
Oh yeah. He's not doing well.
No, He's not doing well at all, man. It's just horrible. And then somehow our man Big Red has snuck into the picture too. He's.
I saw him. Yeah. So, I see him there. He's not doing well.
Anyway,
Leon looks great.
Leon looks fantastic, man. Leon's aging very well. Shouts out to our
I didn't know that what's his name was still around. I didn't know that Flash was Terry Canada John Canada Terrell.
Yeah,
John Canada Terrell.
He's kicking it, man. Yeah, man. So anyway, man. Back to the lecture at hand, as we say. Buster Perkin. I guess my other unsung hero, kind of, sort of, it would be my man Cuba Gooding, in a fantastic heel turn. As Dion, he was an awful dude, man, and it was great to see him play against type, as it were, in this film. I really enjoyed him being a really sleazy guy in the film, and it's obvious from the very first frame that he's in that he's a sleazebag, But.
Well, I liked it. I liked him in that, the last time I think I saw him in a role that I paid attention to was in that movie he made with Beyonce, that horrible movie about like a gospel.
Oh, The Fighting Temptations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a really bad movie.
It's horrible. And then he goes against type and he plays like a heel in this. I can't remember if like Love Boat or Boat Trip was before or after this. I can't recall. But with Horatio Sands and he's on the cruise. Yeah. But I liked him in this. I thought he was funny. Yeah. I really thought he was funny, and it was just the right touch. He knew how to play it.
Yeah,
You know how to play it.
Yeah, and the Lattimore brothers also, you know, again, I don't need to go too much into them, but yeah,
awesome.
You know, and in particular because we haven't mentioned him as yet, my man Terry Tate, office linebacker, aka Lester Spites, as the middle brother, he's pretty great. So anyway, those are the unsung heroes. So Joe, what are your favorite moments or scenes in the film?
I really have. I mean, there's a lot of funny things, obviously, like funny parts in the movie. But when he says it's raining white girls, our prayers have been answered,
and I gotta get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way because I prayed for a Cadillac. You know, every time I see that, I go down. I'm on the floor. Yeah. I'm rolling on the floor laughing. And when he says our prayers have been answered, the way he says it, it's like what? I love how the town got behind him.
Yeah,
and I love the scene when he's getting ready for his date, which reminded me kind of a Dumb and Dumber. Come on, Cinderella, we got to get you ready for the ball, which is something that Seth said to me once. Oh, there he is. There you go. Something that Seth said to me once in before an event. 1 year before I went out on the town 1 year. Nice. We were sitting in the caf and he's like, you got a date later. Like, let's go. Let's get you ready for this date.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
great man.
Yeah, truly.
Good guy.
But I liked that was another scene I really loved. How they support him. And then later when they were all fighting in the big end, when everybody was fighting and they were there for him. I appreciated that. There for him and there to save their sweet little town, which was being quote unquote victimized by one family. So what are your favorite moments and favorite parts?
So scene behind me where, you know, at the I guess the town fair or whatever, when everybody's saying go Norbit, you know, he's getting down. That's one of my favorite gifts, actually. I love to see that the movement there. Eddie, he was feeling himself there.
It was
in that moment. It was a great thing.
Is that a wine cooler? He's got a wine cooler there.
You a child. I ain't a child. Oh, that was just gas. That whole thing, you know, and when Rasputia gets into the moon bounce again, you know, tremendous, horrible fat phobia, but also very funny, man. When she gets into the moon bounce and the little white girl flies.
That's the whole scene. It's like it's raining, white girl.
Yeah. It's fantastic. So that scene. Also, there's a scene where they get in the car, and you know she's having difficulty because her bosom is rubbing up against the steering wheel and causing the horn to honk. And she's like, "It's science," and he's like, "That's not science." She's like, "Yes, it is. It's science." It's not science. And then she slaps him. Like that moment, for whatever reason, is hilarious to me. Like, you know, that's not science. And another catchphrase I would say quite often in my marriage would be like, you know, that's not science. Because I call myself a scientist. You know, as you know, a doctor technically is a scientist.
Yes, I'm aware. Yes.
So I would refer to myself as a scientist often, to the delight of my wife. She enjoyed.
I'm sure. I'm sure she did.
No, she legit. That was like one of her favorite things. Actually, was me being a scientist. I don't know why.
Of course. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. So you know, that's not science.
It's not science.
It's a science. He was so you know milk toast and just it was so funny, man. And what was the other scene that really? Oh, the wedding, like when Cat Williams and and Eddie Griffin are trying to break up the wedding, and you know they had a little dance session. You know
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And Cat has a resplendent. I guess he was an auxiliary member of the Dipset at that time. He has the Dipset Jesus Peace on. You know, he's killing it, man. So those scenes and I really. Anytime that Rasputia is, you know, threatening with like the potato, and she puts the acid on the potato, or she's like shaking the salt onto the pizza. Those moments like that are also pretty great for me. And that montage of every time you know there's a holiday And
yes.
and in that last scene, they have some cinder blocks underneath the bed.
Yes, because they broke in the bed so many times. Yes, yes.
God bless America.
When he's standing there with the top hat and and she's the slave
in
woman.
a slave outfit. It's just it's horrible.
Eddie didn't care. There were no censors.
Yeah, no censors, obviously.
No censors on that set.
There'll be no censors tonight.
None. Yeah. I go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to toss it to you for the impact, because there was a theory that I was not aware of until you made me aware of.
Yeah. The Norbit. What is it?
Norbit scale.
Scale. I said gauge. Norbit scale. So societal impact. A couple things. One, it's a common belief that this film cost Eddie the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Dreamgirls in 2007. I'm of that mindset. I also think Eddie didn't do the drugs on film.
Yeah.
In Dreamgirls, unlike
Jamie
Arkin. No, unlike Alan Arkin.
Oh yeah, Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah.
Yeah, in Little Miss Sunshine, he snorted the heroin on film.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been the difference. I think the other difference was while people were voting, this film was out there and it was getting a lot of negative press.
Yeah.
And it hurt him. So the Norbit scale is how embarrassing a project is out there for a nominated actor or actress during their Oscar run. And make no mistake, this is an Oscar run. It's a campaign that people spend a lot of money on. And you craft basically it's a popularity contest. You've done the work, but we want you to like our work better than other people's work. And it comes down to making the nice and being funny and being charming and all these other things. And so regardless of his charm, regardless of sitting down with Barbara Streisand, regardless of I'm not Streisand, Barbara Walters, and doing everything else he had to do, Norbit, the belief is that the film killed his Oscar chances.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, he's not. I mean, they'll give him a Gene Herschel or some other special Oscar one day, but I don't know if it's going to be until they do a comedy, best comedy.
Yeah, which they need to name after us.
I agree, but until they do it, I don't see him getting another shot at an Oscar. So that's one societal impact. The other is all the things we're saying. The offense. I mean, Eddie, good gosh, he offended a lot of people.
Yeah,
and it was. I know it was in the name of comedy, but I think he went too far. There you go. And there we are. I think he went too far.
Going too far, yeah.
Yes, I think he went too far. And I think it would have been just as funny with like 20 to 30% less. And the characterization of Black women, I thought, was unhealthy and unsettling.
Yeah.
And I think he rightfully didn't receive the awards that I think he was due for Dreamgirls, but he rightfully did not see the rewards because there is a certain way that you have to comport yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's always going to be those anomalies, the Casey Afflecks of the world. But of course,
say that.
Of course, but I'm not condoning. I'm just saying there's always one. I always let one go, right? And of course, it's not going to be us. So
It's not.
I thought it was a troubling portrayal of what a Black woman is.
Yeah.
And on so many levels.
Yeah.
And I thought he went too far.
Yeah.
Did he make a hilarious film? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did it make a movie that make you cry in pain and anger? I mean, not in pain from laughing, and maybe anger from why am I laughing at this? Absolutely. But when you come to societal impact, we have not seen another film like this.
No. I think this is a bridge too far, and I think people. I mean, it was to the point that people knew, hey, we can't keep, no more clumps, none of these.
No,
yeah,
none of that. Because the door was politely opened with that Big Mama's house.
Yeah.
as well. But she wasn't a caricature like this.
No.
Or even the great Irma P. Hall in The Lady Killers.
Yeah.
She's playing herself. She's not playing herself. She's playing a black woman. I mean, she is a black woman. So she wasn't a caricature.
Yeah.
But just putting on a suit.
Yeah, and the combination of and the attitude involved in it, like all of the whole picture, it just really
actually you can have a suit on and it'd be fine, but the attitude, the voice, the lawlessness, the deviousness, and then the breath of fresh air was the thin light-skinned woman. And then that's an internal thing. I mean, had it been like, I don't know, Nia Long, hey, okay, or Regina King, okay, it's a little softer, but not much, or Gabrielle Union, it's not much softer, you know. So I think that's the biggest societal impact, unfortunately, for this absolutely hilarious film.
No, I agree.
Hilarious but costly.
Hilarious but costly. I think that's the best summation actually of the film. Hilarious but costly. You know, and you know, it's not something we can even talk about in polite society. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you couldn't think to make something like this again. You know, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So I think you said it all in terms of that. I don't have anything to add in terms of that. Okay. You know, I'm serious, man. I mean, like, you know, I think that's the best way to look at it. You know, it's we've talked about this time and again on this particular podcast. It's a slippery slope. It's difficult to look at things from like our perspective, and then looking back at it to that time period. You know what I mean? Like it's tough to do that, but we have to, and we have to hold things accountable for what they are. And it was damaging to Eddie's value. You know, I mean, I think I look at even Dolomite was my name. Dolomite is my name. You know, he didn't get as much acclaim from that as he probably would. No,
I think there's still
still a stink.
Yeah, man, still
a stink from it. You know, so there's that part of it. You know, and like I said, you know, at the outset we said this movie is you know it's offensive. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So there's that part of it. So Joe, now that we kind of have parsed it out and talked about it and everything like that. So where do you stand on it now? Like, are you gonna watch it again?
If it's on, I'll probably watch parts of it, but okay. I'm not I'm not in a place where I want to. I'm not in a place.
You're not where talk into your remote and say Norbit and have it pop up.
No, okay. Not at all. Okay. That's how I feel about it. But it is hilarious. But it is so troubling as well. That's why I was like, okay, sure. It is hilarious and troubling at the same time. And Eddie being Eddie, he did what he wanted to do.
Yeah. You know,
he probably
much like Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. And I don't think Eddie will ever come back and be like, you know, I regret it. I think he did what he wanted to do. He made the film he wanted to make, and we're talking about it 14 years later.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Robbins has come out and really defended Eddie, and like everybody behind the film has really and the people that made it seem to enjoy it. So there's that part of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And I mean, there's value to it. I'm not a throw the baby out with the bathwater type dude. I think there's nuance and grayscale to everything.
Sure,
but to your larger point, you have to. I think you have to be emotionally mature enough to go into it and say this is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm always of the opinion that for most things in life, if you haven't really seen it or don't know it, you can't place a judgment on it. But I think you can take people's opinions that you trust. You know what I mean, and kind of use those as well. So I wouldn't, like we said at the outset, I wouldn't just, if you have, quote unquote thin skin or, things bother you a lot, it's not your movie. But certainly if you're curious about it, form your own opinion, watch the movie, and see what you think about it. You may laugh. You may find it to be enjoyable.
You may.
You may turn the channel and have a negative opinion of Eddie Murphy going forward. And you're entitled to all of those things. I really think in this case, especially like, this is not one I'm gonna tell you how to think about. So there's that.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think, what other categories do we usually have, Joe? I think we covered everything.
I think we covered everything, brother. I think we've covered everything.
So I opened my mailbox, my email box earlier.
Yes.
There was wherein
yes.
There was a list from my brother Joe.
At long last. I would like for us to take a trip to Miami.
Okay.
And to Miami and visit Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
And I believe our first Oliver Stone film.
Very well.
In 1999.
We're going back to the triplex, baby.
We are.
This film was viewed a lot.
Blockbuster video.
How much money Blockbuster make off y'all on this one movie alone?
Only one, because we just kept it. We didn't give it back. $329, Jack, on DVD. $329 on DVD. Watch it on a 14-inch color. Oh man. Yes.
I have a story about this. I
have several stories about that. It took me twice to see it in the theater. Twice. But for crazy reasons. But next week we shall do the film Any Given Sunday. My name is Willie.
Steven. Yeah. What are you doing? I can't even remember the song.
Steaming Willie Beeman. So y'all go to cut me, bake me, whatever y'all go to do to me. Oh gosh, that is a quote happy film right there.
I'll get my Chris Ryan-esque Al Pacino impressions ready.
There you go.
For one of
your goddamn quarterback. It's the top spot, kid.
He's in rare form. Hey, look, this is a great choice, Joe. Your list is fantastic. Thank you. Season 3 of the Open Task Podcast, baby. We are here. We are. Woo, buddy. Woo, it's gonna be a season for y'all, and we got some special guests lined up.
Can't wait.
One last shout out. We always give shout outs to our man. SurlyShirts.com.
Absolutely.
He he's getting money from the Screen Actors Guild, Joe.
As well he should. He's
gonna be appearing. He told me tonight he's gonna be appearing in episode 6 of Southside. So
which is on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max. Yep.
And by the way, you can stream if you want to watch Norbit. You can stream it on. It's available on Cinemax right now.
And Hulu.
So you have and Hulu, and so you definitely can have access to that film if you so choose. But yeah, so Southside, the first 3 episodes premiered like last night today. I haven't watched it yet because I'm a binge up to the episode where Reese. Now this is gonna be Reese's second appearance. This is gonna be his first speaking role. In season 1, for those that have not seen Southside, it is funny as hell. It is a hilarious show. I strongly, highly recommend you watch Southside. But he is on the episode. He's playing a singer, as it were. There's a funeral for somebody that has died in the high school class. He's one of the bust down boys, bust down boy number 3 to be exact. And
I can't wait.
If you go to Reese's, if you go to his IMDb, I actually was the person who put in his bio. I wrote his bio.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, man.
Look forward to it. Yes.
So anyway, guys, until the next time, we are the Open Task Podcast. We appreciate you. Follow us, like us, subscribe, Spotify, Apple, Anchor. We're on YouTube. You can see us if you so choose. You can see the casters. You can see our fantastic backgrounds. When Joe changes his background and I change my background, you can see all those things.
Exactly.
And yeah, man. But we'll be back next week with Any Given Sunday. Until
Any Given Sunday.
We are the Open Task Podcast. Peace.